Okay. Good evening, everybody, once more, and welcome to Data Community Africa Data Camp Orientation Session. So, today we're going to be talking briefly about what Data Community Africa is. We're also going to be talking about the Data Camp Scholarship, what we're looking to achieve with this, and then we're going to do a brief overview of the Data Camp platform for those that might not have seen that platform before, or they are not used to. This is the first time they're hearing about the data career field, right? So we're going to do a brief walkthrough of how the Data Camp platform looks like, and then we're going to introduce some of the exciting things that we have for the community in the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months. And we're also going to take questions. So if you have your questions, if you have any question, please keep that ready. There's going to be a Q&A session, right? So before we move right into it, I'm just going to check to be sure that the other persons I want to speak are on the call. Okay. Welcome everybody once more. Just a brief background about myself or introduction. My name is Tina Okonkwo and I'm a data analyst. I actually started my career just like you guys. I was opportune to get a scholarship like this from a community, and that was how I was able to start my career as a data analyst. I was learning consistently on Datacamp for 5 months, and in the fifth month I landed my first role as a data analyst. Over the years I've actually been very passionate about data storytelling, data analytics, and actually my goal is to share my journey, share my story with a larger audience, and also help others seamlessly transition into the data analytics career path seamlessly. So if you have any question about data analytics, feel free to reach out to me. All right. Before we go deep into the details, okay, great. So I'm going to call on Gift. I hope you're on the call. I'm just going to call on Gift. Gift is one of the co-founders of Data Community Africa, to kind of give us a brief overview of what Data Community Africa is all about. Data Community, we all got the scholarship from Data Community Africa, so we want to know what Data Community Africa is all about. Or maybe also brief summary about the number of persons that applied for the scholarships, because we had quite a number of applications. So I'm just going to grant Gift access so that he should be able to unmute his mic and speak. Okay, Gift, please, if you're on the call, I think you should be able to unmute your mic now.
Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
everyone can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, thanks to everyone here. I really appreciate. First of all, before we go into like introducing Data Community Africa, I would like us to like introduce ourselves in the chat session, like your country, where you are currently in Nigeria and other part of Nigeria, of Africa. Something like I'm Give to Jabulu in Abuja, for example, from Nigeria. I'm a data scientist, just a similar template like that. But let me go ahead to introduce myself, right? Good to see you, Sasbu from Sierra Leone. Yeah, so this Data Community Africa partnership with Datacamp, thanks to everyone here, like I said. Yeah, so Tina mentioned a lot of people applied for this scholarship, first of all. Yeah, it was quite a lot. It was not very easy picking people because from what I could remember, over 2,850 people applied for this. So we chose like 11.6% of the applicants here that applied. So if you are here, definitely like you are lucky to be among the ones to be chosen or to be picked, you get, for the partnership with Datacamp donates, you get. So we choose based on different criterias, right? As much as it was an hard decision. And when we picked, I'll say over 35 people 35 countries worldwide applied, and up to like 28 countries in Africa. I think in Africa we have up to like 50 or 52 countries. I can't really remember. You get so over like up to 28 countries from West, North, and South, East, and Central Africa applied. You get and we pick them based on, let me just highlight some of them from Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, and the North African side to Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Togo in West Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, Somalia, Mozambique, Tanzania, Uganda in East Africa, and Botswana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia. You see a lot of people from Africa, then Central Africa, Cameroon. So some of the criteria we use in picking people are, we didn't just select randomly. You guys, we are data scientists and data analysts, data engineers. So we need to like pick based on certain criteria. And some of the criteria we used in picking are, we want to increase, like we want like the number of female representation to be increased in careers like the machine learning and AI space, where we feel are underrepresented, right? It's not like the data we have for this is not absolute, right? It's just some observation. So we are from attending conferences and maybe on Twitter and all, you get. So we just looked at it there. And we also included like fields like data engineering, analytics engineering, and geospatial analysis, where we thought there are less people in this field compared to the data analysis and data science space. So our aim was to like pick people along these criteria like that match this scholarship. We also like try to like expand to different part of Africa. Like that's why I say I mentioned different countries, and I said we should introduce ourselves so we know we are not just doing this only for West Africa or just for Nigeria. We extended to different. We are trying to touch different part of the continent, right? So for you to have this opportunity now, you should be committed to taking the courses, because these like what different people are looking to. Different people in Africa are looking to have that opportunity to be able to like get into these. So another thing we did is we also focused on people like 300 level, 400 level, and in Nigeria there's what we call NYSC. NYSC, if you can check about it on Wikipedia, it's called National Youth Service Corps. So these are people serving, looking to come into the like working category in the country, right? That they tend to like work and get experience after school and so on. So these are some of the criteria that we consider. Now, what is Data Community Africa? I don't know if you've heard of Data First Africa. So we started with Data First Africa. We actually known more for Data First Africa than Data Community Africa. So Data Community Africa, our website is datacommunityafrica.org. You can get an extension to Data First Africa from there. So Data Community Africa is a non-profit organization. We actually registered. You get that does some activities like organizing conference, organizing hackathons, partnering with companies like Datacamp for learning, you get, so people can improve on their skills, right? So, and partnering with like the other partnership we did, like Propel is for like our employment platform or job. You can also check about Propel, so that people can, as much as they've learned, they can get like remote jobs, right? We also have D Brown Consulting. We have stuff like Cafe One. That's our hub that we use for hackathon. So our aim was, and we are still doing more, to partner with all these companies and get these sponsors to empower data practitioners in the African space. So, and we try to build a sense of collaboration and community, like share resources. We have a Discord channel and we are planning to make it as active as possible, right? We share resources and try to bring the community in a web form in the sense that everybody in the community is connected. I would say that as at last 3 years, from what I remember in Africa, if you make a tweet on Twitter, for instance, about data science or data analysis, or maybe you share a project on Twitter, I bet you can barely get like 9 to 10 likes. You get, because why? The community is not connected. People won't see your tweets. People of like minds won't see your tweets. So your project are barely, like, you can barely get lucky to maybe get likes and get a lot of interaction, and maybe an employer will just see your project and be like, oh, I want to hire this person. So things like this was what we were facing as at last 3 years to 3 to 4 years, from what I know from my information in Africa. But since the like of Data Community Africa, Data Science Nigeria, and some other companies, and some other organization like Data Community Africa, has like engage themselves in these like community activities, things like this have changed now. So you can see people randomly ask questions on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and some other spaces in Africa. And you see other Africans like Tina, for instance, that talked about us starting our journey, and some other people in the space that they started their career not long and they got jobs. You get things like this are possible, as much as it's not very easy. And we make people know that it's possible to get remote jobs even after learning your skills, building your project, getting the right mentors, right? Even though it's not direct mentorship, right? That it's possible for you to get a global, what's the name, like a global job, even with the power of community. And some of the things we do is to support underrepresented group in tech, like women and people of color, to get like gadgets like laptop. Though we are still in the process of on improving on that. We have what we call our, I've forgotten the name. Yes, so it's on our website where we try to like donate money and all, so people can get gadget, different people from different part of, but we started with last, that's 2022, we donated modem, for instance. So we are planning on getting like gadgets like modem, laptops, mainly laptop for now, to like empower people's career, right? So like I said, Data Community Africa, we are more than just a community. I would say we are a vibrant continent-wide movement, empowering Africa to harness the power of data growth for data, yes, for data, for growth and transformation. So part of our mission now is to create growth opportunities for talent across Africa and bridge the gap for knowledge exchange and collaboration, and to foster a diverse and inclusive data ecosystem where everyone can have a voice and have the opportunity. So our vision is actually to be the African largest gathering of data talents and enabling people to build that skill, where in the next 5 years from when we started, we'll be able to say, oh, one way or the other, we have up to like three up to, I would say, 3 to 10,000 people that has benefited from Data First Africa, whether through the hackathon, through the conference, through partnership with companies, and maybe learning platform. That's one of our aims. So in summary, that's what Data Community Africa is all about. We have our Discord channel, like I said. If you can follow us, you can just search on Google for Data First Africa together, right? Just put the Data First Africa. From there, you get our YouTube link. I also pinned it in the what is the name, in the page. So let's go back to Datacamp now. Yeah. So Tina Okonkwo, like she's the one handling everything as regard learning for Datacamp. So you can also always tag me in the group, but Tina is the one that like will get, like you will get more response in terms of organizing this meeting. For instance, now she was the one that invited me, she's the one leading everything and all. You'll see the post online, she's like part of the people like facilitating everything. So thanks, Tina, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Yeah, I appreciate and all. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gift, for that for that wonderful summary, right? Just like Gift mentioned, nothing is possible, and I would also be inviting someone else that would make you know that nothing is actually impossible. I'm going to call Toby. Toby is also the person. Is also we work closely, right, in managing the community on WhatsApp. That's the Datacamp community on WhatsApp. So anytime you have questions or anything, you can always tag myself or tag Toby. I think he's at T-Bone or thereabouts on the WhatsApp group. I'll tell him to leave a message, right? So anytime you have questions, you can always do that. Before we go to our Q&A session, we are briefly going to do a walkthrough of the Datacamp platform, and Toby is going to be the one doing that, right? Toby is actually one of the recipients of the scholarship last year. So just like you, Toby also got the Datacamp scholarship from Data Community Africa last year, and he has actually achieved a lot of projects. He was also one of the winners of the Data First Africa hackathon last year, and he has also landed his own first role as a data analyst, alongside lots of gigs that he has gotten as a data analyst. So nothing is impossible as long as you're ready to put in the work and you're ready to take those courses, take your certification and everything. Our goal by the end of this program is to see a lot of persons being certified. And Toby is going to walk us through the Datacamp platform up until, and also talk briefly about the certification process on Datacamp. I know a lot of persons have questions about that. So, Toby, if you're ready, just let me know if you can share your screen yet. You can go ahead and just share your screen and take it from here.
All right, hi Tina. Good evening. Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone. Please kindly
Please do a
confirm you
brief
can hear me.
introduction about yourself. I don't think I did that.
All right, all right, no problem. I can't share my screen yet. Maybe you have to give me a permission to that. So while I wait for that, let
You
me
can now. Please
quickly.
try now.
I still can't for some reasons. I don't know why. All right, let me go on with my little introduction. Hi, everyone, and congratulations once again. Please kindly confirm you can hear me. If you can hear me, just signify by giving me a thumbs up, please. All
Yes, we
right,
can hear you.
fantastic. Oh wow, this is amazing. This is amazing audience. Thank you so much, guys. So grateful. We are so grateful um for joining. We have over 79 people on board. So I'm going to go straight into it. My name is Oluwatobi Afitini. I am a data analyst and I am also one of the recipients of the past year for Data First Africa. In terms of the scholarship, I was one of the recipients of the scholarship last year, just as you are currently. And last year was a roller coaster for me, and it has just been an amazing experience. And one thing I must also share with everyone as past as a past participant, all I can say is I'm also happy for you for being on this platform because Data Camp, like I always say, is one of the best platforms to for you to access all the resources you need, whether it's you want to become a data analyst, you want to become a data scientist or a data engineer. Hi, Victor. Please, can you mute? All right. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So Tina, I still can't find a way to share. It's saying you're not allowed to share your screen. Maybe I should rejoin.
Just give me a moment again. I want to be
All
sure
right.
that.
All
Or
right.
do you
No
want me to
problem. Let me
share from
continue.
here? I don't. I think I want to give you. Let me see. Please try
Permission. All right.
again.
Let me just
Okay.
continue.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
try again.
All right. I'll
Or you
keep
can
trying.
speak. You can speak from your
Let me
end. I
just
will
keep.
share the
Okay.
data camp platform from on here.
All
So
right.
you can just look
Um.
at your own screen. When you are talking about
Okay.
something, I would.
Mm-hmm. I will. Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Just before I go into the data camp platform, I'm just going to round up by saying that congratulations to you guys once again for getting this far. It wasn't difficult, like my boss has said, Mr. Gift, and it wasn't easy. Sorry, to actually select um, about 330 qualified candidates from over 2,800 applications. So last year, like I said, I was one of the recipients, and it was a whole lot of journey. I'm getting my first certification. I was elated. I reached out to my senior boss, also Tina, like you guys have just heard from, and she was me. And I'm going to walk us through the whole process of actually getting certified, starting from day one up until day 100, or starting from day one up until day 500, depending on you. If you want to use 100 days to actually achieve your certification, it's left to you. If you want to use 400 days, if you want to use 6 months, 9 months, whatever it is. I myself, I achieved my certification in less than 4 months. I started using Datacamp in January 2023, and I got certified in May 25, or is it May? I think April or so. I got certified in April, if I remember. Yeah. So thank you so much, Tina, for sharing your screen. So the first thing you see, please kindly confirm we can all still hear me. If you can hear me,
Yes,
please
you
just give me a
can.
thumbs up. All right, great.
Yes, you
The
can.
first thing you see when you come to the Datacamp platform. Sorry, if you're raising your hand for questions, please, there'll be time for questions. So we can just walk through this. So first thing you see, we come to the Datacamp platform, you see the home tab, you see the learn tab, you see the workspace tab, you see the certification tab, you see the jobs tab, and then you also see the groups tab. One particular place that is very important for you to always check is your notifications tab, guys. I'll repeat myself, it's your notifications tab. I know a lot of us had questions during the week when we all started the whole process, and some of us were confused about how to actually identify if you've been given an assignment. So if you want to actually check, it's just like the way your phone works. You always check your notifications, or you always check your email notifications. So please always come here once you wake up every morning and you've checked your mails, you've done every other thing, you've done your chores. So always come here to check your notifications. As you can see, Tina just showed us how to go about getting to your notifications. So if you are using your laptop to access Datacamp, please just check your notifications. And if you know you can't still find any notification, please just let me know on the group, or you let Tina know on the group, so that that can be rectified. The notifications tab just gives you all the things you need to get in terms of an update. If there's going to be a challenge, if there's going to be an assignment, if there's going to be a project, if there's even going to be competitions at the end of the day, we have a lot of surprises for you guys. That is going to be, coming through the month. So I would leaving the notifications tab. Another important tab I always like to mention or talk about is I know we can all see daily XPA. Some of us are pumped. We just want to start gathering as much as we can. But one place I always come to is the Learn tab. So Aitina, maybe can you please help me click on the Learn tab? So this is pretty straightforward, or even if it doesn't look straightforward, but it's almost self-explanatory, but I'm still going to explain. So basically, this tab contains virtually 70% of all you need to learn all you need to learn, if not even 80%, right? It contains virtually every part of your learning journey, almost every part of your learning journey. The first thing you see is your progress. Your progress tab, sub-tab, sub-tab shows you basically what you are currently doing. We'll wait for the okay, fantastic. So as we can see, this is your progress tab. Your progress tab shows you your current daily XP. That's how many total points you've gathered for the day, right? And to your left, you can see there is a part that says A Data Community Africa portfolio. But on your own page, you're going to be seeing your name, right? You are not going to see Data Community Africa. You're going to see your name. And basically, it just shows you how far you've gone with creating your portfolio. One beautiful thing Datacamp does is also it gives you an opportunity to create your own portfolio. That would you don't have to bother yourself much about that right now. Maybe towards the tail end of your program, you can start working. We would also give you some little trainings on how to create a portfolio. But Datacamp also gives you the opportunity to actually it gives like a guided format on how to create your portfolio. Moving on, you can see also my assignments. You can see that there is a part, if you scroll down, you see under practice, not under practice to the left, still on this same page right now. You see where you're given the assignments. So whatever assignments you are assigned, whatever assignments you're given, you're going to see that they're in progress and also in progress and then completed. If you go to the let's move on to learn in full. That's under tracks to your left. Please, you can help me. So there under tracks, we have what we call career tracks, and we have skill tracks. Your career tracks is all encompassing. That's all I'll say. You should be more concerned about your career tracks. If you know that you're starting from ground zero and you want to actually move from the beginner's level to the advanced level, right? Probably as a data analyst or data engineer or data scientist, or even a machine learning scientist, here is where you need to start from. If you know you already have prior knowledge about data analysis, or you already have prior knowledge about any parts of data, whether it's data engineer or data scientist, and you're just interested in a skill track, you can always check the skill track. But let's just stay on the career track for now. I believe we are all, please kindly just give me a thumbs up if we all have access to the roadmap right now. Tina has already done an amazing and fantastic job. Please, let's give a round of applause for Tina. Please, let's give a round of applause for Tina. Please, she has been an amazing leader on the group. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Gift. Really appreciate. Tina has done an amazing job to actually share with us the roadmap we all need. Last year it wasn't this easy. You guys are actually balling. I won't lie to you. You guys are enjoying. So um apologies to my other African counterparts that you probably might not know what I meant, but all I'm just trying to say is that you guys are lucky to be here, because last year in my own time I never had an opportunity to actually get a roadmap, right? I just asked questions and I kept asking questions. But this year we decided to create a dedicated roadmap for you if you're on the data analyst track. So please kindly go through that roadmap. And if you still have questions, please, there will be time for questions. So as you can see, you have Tina, please, if you can just click on the data analyst.
Okay.
Yeah, data analyst. Yes. So if you are a data analyst, I mean, through this little orientation we are giving you, if you still have questions, we'll be there to answer. If you're a data analyst and you want to start with the data analyst in SQL track, for instance, all you need to do is just click on the data analyst in SQL track. Please, you can just help us click on it. And once you do that, you have all you need to do. Everything is structured, right? There's already a learning plan for you. Everything is structured properly. And all you need to do is, and just to give more insight to what I'm talking about, if you know you've started a track and you started like a particular track and you want to switch to another track, it is possible. It should not affect your progress from the previous track. So if you want to switch to data analysis in SQL means structured query language. If you want to switch your career path or you want to switch your track in full, you can switch your track at any point in time. So it's easily accessible and I mean as seamless as you can think. So this also applies to every other person in the data science field, in the data and engineering field, ML, even deep learning. If you want to go into deep learning, you have everything you need in the roadmap. So this career track takes you from ground zero to ground 100. It takes from 0 to 100. That's basically it. Tina, please, can you click on the skill track? All right. The skill track, I always consider the skill track like a mini career track. It's track that are just dedicated for particular skill sets like you want to pick up. Let's say you have learned, I mean, you've been learning for a very long while, and I mean, you've had so much background in data analysis in SQL, or you want to actually pick up a skill in Google Sheets, or you want to pick up a skill in Tableau, or you want to pick up a skill in Power BI, and you don't want to go through the entire course or the entire career track, you can always come here, click on any of the skills, right? You can click on Power BI, for instance. If you click on Power BI, you see a skill track on Power BI fundamentals. You see a skill track on financial reporting in Power BI. For those of us that are that have financial background or economics background, you can always come here if you want to actually learn how to analyze financial data in Power BI. You can always come to this skill track. There are projects that are even accessible as soon as you're done from each skill track. All right, I'm going to go back. So after leaving the tracks, because I don't want to take too much time, so that we can have enough time to answer your questions. We also have, there's a practice session. Can you help me click on the practice session? All right, thank you. This practice session is for you to actually, I mean, we always see it as your way to build muscles, right? So you've learned something, you've learned SQL, right, in Datacamp, and you want to come before you continue. What I always do personally is before I continue learning something, probably the next day I've learned introduction to SQL today, and tomorrow morning I pick up Datacamp again. Before I go into my my career track, right, in SQL, for instance, I can decide that, okay, let me even practice, let me do some practice questions, and I click on SQL. All I need to do is just come here, click on practice, click on SQL. And once you click on SQL, you have various practice questions. You can just click on introduction to SQL, for instance, and then you see examples of practice questions. And like we always say, practice makes perfect. That's why I believe Datacamp has given us one of the best opportunities to actually become data analysts in full, become data scientists, and be proud that you are. Become, okay, fantastic. This is how, for instance, a simple data SQL practice question looks. So it helps you to actually build your muscles, right? And so that you can stay on track and you don't miss anything. All right, thank you. That's for the practice session. Then you also have assessments. Now, very, very good. Assessment just tells you in general that, okay, this is where you currently are in your learning journey. So when you pick up a particular skill, whether it you pick up, let's decide to pick up Python, for instance. You pick up Python, you've been learning data analysis, you've been taking your career track with you've been taking the data analyst in Python, or let's say data scientist in Python career track. And data scientist in Python career track has about 90 hours of learning. Let's say you've learned 70% of that particular track. My advice is, this is just from my own little experience. Before you start preparing to take certifications, you should also start, working on assessments, because this assessment gives you the opportunity to know where you are in your learning journey. They tell you your learning gaps. They give you. That's why Datacamp is it's the full package. That's why I consider it. So it gives you your learning gaps if you are done with an assessment. So for instance, Tina, you can just click on importing and cleaning data with Python. If you are in your data analyst, okay, no, it's fine. Anyone is fine. If you click on anyone, please.
Okay.
All right. So this assessment session has 15 questions and it is timed. Now, what this gives you like a little picture of how some of the questions you would find in your certification is going to look like, right? Some of the questions are going to be structured this way. You're going to have multiple choice. You're going to have theories. You're going to have objective questions in your theoretical parts, because most of these certifications are structured this way. You're going to have a theory section and you're going to have a practical section. The practical section is to put your skills to tests, while this part takes most of the multiple choice questions, right? And the more you practice this assessment test, the more confident you feel. Like I always tell people, once you begin to get over 200, once you begin to get into the let's say 95th percentile, or even 90th percentile, 85th percentile, then you should be confident in yourself to know that, okay, you are 80% ready to take up your certification, right? You are 85% ready to take up your certification. And something I must also mention that is very important is, for each assessment, you can only take it twice in a week. So you can space your assessments while you take your practice questions every day. Space your assessments to ensure that you take your assessments. You can take the first one on Monday. You can take the other one on Thursday, right? But please ensure that whatever learning gap that has been prescribed for you. So for instance, if we go to the end, we don't have time to go through each of these assessment questions, but at the end of each assessment, you are marked and you are scored, right? You're giving your scores. And what happens afterwards is, it gives you your learning gap. Please, guys, this is for your own sake. As soon as you see those learning gaps, please take note of them and actually not just bookmark them. We do a lot of bookmark on Twitter, right? I'm also a corporate. We do a lot of bookmark on Twitter. So, but not just bookmark these learning gaps. Please go back to those particular topics that has been prescribed by Datacamp, so that you don't miss out on those topics, and so that at the end of the day, your certification, you can be confident in your certification, that once you take your certification the first time, you get it, you get all you need to get, right? Last year, a lot of people had challenges with their certifications. I was fortunate to be one of the first people to get certified in my cohorts. And what really helped me was, apart from the fact that asking questions on the group, learning collaboratively, building in public, and also just asking questions in general. One thing that helped me was this assessment. I started taking my assessments a month before I planned to take my certification. So I was already building myself. So whenever I got learning gaps, I went back to those particular topics, whether it's in Python, whether it's in Spark, whether it's in PySpark, whether it's in Git, whether it's in SQL, whether it's in Excel, whether it's in Power BI, whether it's even in Tableau. I went back to those topics to ensure that I learned what I missed. So that's that for the assessments. like I said, please don't forget you have the option of doing an assessment, not the entire assessment now, just for one topic. So if you see data storytelling, you only have to you only have you only have the opportunity of doing it twice in a week. So before you do have an opportunity of doing it next week. So Tina, please, you can go to, there is also a session of tutorials. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tina. I'm going to rush through this because we don't have much time, and I want us to ask as many of questions as we can ask. For the tutorials, this section was created by Datacamp to actually learn on the go, right? These are short skill that you can pick up. You can pick up skill, a tutorial on Git push, right? You can pick up a tutorial on LLAMA, that's machine learning. You can pick up I mean, any tutorial that any particular topic you're interested in, whether it's Tableau, whether it's Julia, Scala, Git, whatever it is at all, whether it's R programming, right? I'm sorry I've not mentioned R in a very long time. I'm sorry to my R ninjas. So you can also learn, you can also get tutorials. So after tutorials, you can come to projects. Please. We also have a section for projects. This particular section. Now, one thing I always tell people is, please, you don't see right now, as you can see, we have over 110 projects accessible for you. That's even enough for you. So please, you don't even need to ask, where can I get project data set from? In your first 2-3 months, you don't even need to worry about project, because everything you need is in Datacamp. You can always come here, click on the particular skill you want to work on, whether it's SQL, Python, R, OpenAI, whatever it is. Just click on a particular project. It's always good to start with guided projects. Those ones are quite easy to scale through before you get into the intermediate to advanced level. All right. So you can pick up any project here and then just access them. We also have case studies. These are, thank you so much. Then you can come to case studies, please. So case studies are hands-on scenarios where you can actually put your skills to test, right? You can have a case study on HR analytics in Power BI, for instance. You have the data sets accessible there. You can basically build your data model in this. Datacamp even has a dedicated dedicated machine for Power BI, whether it's Power BI, whether it's SQL. You don't necessarily have to go to your local machine to open it. If you want to, that's fine. If you don't want to, you can actually do everything here in Datacamp. These are case study questions where you can also build your skills. So you see, everything is actually, everything you need is actually in Datacamp. And we also have code alongs. These are lectures where you can actually code along with the tutor, right? As it's coding, you're coding. You have your workspace, whether it's Python, Jupyter Notebook environment you want to write your codes on, whether it's in PostgreSQL, whether it's in SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, whether it's in Power BI. You can have that in your local machine downloaded, and while this tutor is actually taking you through the codes or a particular exercise or even a particular project, you can as well do the same. So that we also have competitions. Last year, we had a few representatives from Data Community Africa. I mean, one of us, a few of us, not just one of us, that even won competitions on this stage. I mean, this stage, it's a global stage. It's not just, this competition is not just for the Data Community Africa or data camp scholarship recipients like you. I mean, you can always come here. You can win prizes of even up to 5,000 US dollars. You can win prizes of up to 3,000 US dollars. You can also even win recommendation prizes, right? You could, your project could be published on Power BI's platform, Microsoft Power BI. Yes, your project can also be published by Datacamp. I mentioned Microsoft Power BI because Microsoft Power BI is one of also the partners of Datacamp. You would, if you're taking the Power BI career track, you will see that at the end of the career track, you have 50% discount for the PL 300. I don't know if some of us know about the Microsoft PL 300 exam. You have access to 50% discounts. That's one of the perks of actually getting the scholarship. I thought we'll clap for Data Community Africa and Datacamp, please, at this point. I mean, we've done a lot. Please, let's please in the chat box you can share your thoughts, and if you have questions, you can also please ask your questions. Thank you so much, guys. All right, I'm going to be rounding up now. So like I said, you have access to these competitions, and I think that is for now. That is all I have. Okay, I'm going to speak. I'm going to talk briefly on certification. I don't know. I'm seeing. I'm really going to click on the certification. All right. So this section is where you get to access whatever certification you've decided to take. As you can see, it's divided into three major parts. We have the technology certification, we have career certification, and we have fundamental certification. You can decide to go with any one of them. For the data analyst certification, it's broken down into two parts. You have the data analyst associate. If you know that you're just a beginner, it's always good to start from the associate certification. But if you know you've gone so far, you're at an intermediate level and you want to go for the professional certification, that's equally fine. For the data scientists, we also have the associate and the professional track or professional section for the certification. For the data engineer, for now, Datacamp only has the associate data engineer certification. And one thing I must say is that the Datacamp certification is widely recognized globally by big multinational corporations. You can please scroll down. So wherever you take your Datacamp certification, you would always, I'm trying to find that part now where they show the partners of Datacamp and where it's widely recognized. I can't remember those companies because I don't want to mismention or mention the wrong companies, right?
You can just skip that. Yeah.
All right. So we also have like I said, we have technology certifications like the PL 300 Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst certification. This is also widely recognized. Like I said, Microsoft partner with Datacamp to make this affordable to recipients of the Datacamp platform. So once you're done with your Power BI career track, your data analyst with Power BI career track, you get 50% discount for the official PL 300 certification. You also have Tableau certified data analyst, and then you have the SQL associate certification. These are the technology certifications that are available right now on Datacamp. If you still have more questions, we can always answer at any point in time. So I've taken too much time to go through the Datacamp platform. So thank you so much, Tina.
Thank you so much, Toby. That was a beautiful walkthrough. I don't think I could have done it as clear as you did, and I really hope it was clear to everybody. I'm just going to talk briefly about one last section that Toby did not touch, which is the workspace session, right? Toby mentioned something when he was explaining Datacamp, that Datacamp, as you don't need to install any tools. I know there are a couple of persons on here that they might not even have a laptop of their own, right? I'm going to give you a brief background. I started my journey in data analytics or in data career without having a laptop, and I was learning on my phone on Data Camp for 5 months, right, before I was able to get my own laptop. And what I was using was the Data Camp app and also the Data Camp workspace. So now what this workspace does is maybe you have a project in mind you want to do, you can make use of the Datacamp workspace to do those projects or to write your codes. Once you create a new workspace, you can write your codes, you can build your project or anything. That is how amazing the Datacamp platform is. So I just wanted to mention that alongside others. So even if you're somebody that maybe you don't have a laptop or you're yet to get your laptop, you can still make use of the Datacamp platform. So I think the last one will also be the group section. So it might be different from what you will see on your own. Mine might be different from what you see on your own. It as if I'm on the right platform. Just give me a moment why that comes up. So it's definitely going to be different from what you see, but I just want to pinpoint something that we have what we call leaderboards, right? On Datacamp. And those leaderboards, you just get to see like kind of like rankings in terms of SPs gathered. And Toby explained what SPs are, right? Which is like your learning points, right? Which are those particular points that you gather just from taking courses, doing exercises, completing projects, and all of that. So you have your leaderboard where you have sorry, I'm trying to show where you have the SP and okay, yes. All right. So if you this is what you show on your leaderboard, right? So it just ranks you in terms of the courses you've completed, the chapters you've completed, and also the last SPN. I'm going to still call Toby back again to maybe even talk about some of the activities that we have lined up in the next couple of months. But we're going to pause here and then I'm going to take questions. And how it's going to happen is this, right? If you have questions, I would want you to leave that in the chat box. So I want you to leave that in the chat box if you have questions. Just type your questions or raise up your hand. I think that would be the best thing. So let's take questions. I'm going to just call the name just as I see it on my screen, right? Please make sure your question is brief as possible, right? Let your question be brief. You can type it or you can ask or you can request for. So the first person that I would tell to unmute their mic is Damilola Omolola. Damilola Omolola, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Hello, sorry, it was
All
a
right,
mistake. Where
all
I
right,
am
no
is very
problem.
noisy. Can I send voice note later on
You can,
WhatsApp to ask my
yes,
question?
sure.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mohammed Daboe. I hope I mentioned that name correctly. Please pardon me.
Yes, you've mentioned it correctly. And
Oh, okay.
I swear, I'm also at work. I don't think I'll be able to say anything for now, as
All
you can
right.
hear the noise in the background.
Okay.
I apologize.
All right, it's fine. Just leave your question in the Telegram group, in the WhatsApp group rather. So Chinedu Okorum, you can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tina, if I'm not mistaken of the name.
Yeah.
I want to also thank Toby for putting us through. I want to say thank you guys. Datacamp, you guys are awesome. And D.C.A, you're also awesome. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it from the depth of my heart. So my first question is this. What is the lifeline for this scholarship? Is it continuous? That means you can always get certified for any course that you want. Is it going to be a lifetime thing? That's one.
Okay.
Then two, I just want to also confirm that this the career path that was mentioned on the WhatsApp. I saw something, for example, for data analyst. I saw introductory to statistics, then Excel, then Power BI, and the rest of them. If I follow that career path and I get done with it, can I go for the assessment, the certification based from that knowledge, from that career path all through? If I finish it, can I go and I'm okay, but then do the practice and assessment? Can I go straight to do the certification like Toby mentioned and see if I can get done with it? I just want to understand that.
Okay. For your second question, yes, you can. Just as Toby has mentioned, if you finish taking that career, that roadmap, you follow that roadmap, and you feel like you're ready, yes, you can attempt the certification. I don't know if I remember your first question. Please, can you
Okay, the
just
first question borders on if it's going to be a lifetime
okay,
opportunity to
okay.
have access to
So
the
the
data camp.
scholarship is actually for 1 year.
Oh,
So the scholarship runs from the 16th of January and it's going to expire 16th of January 2025. So by 16th of January 2025, we are by then you should have accomplished everything that you want to do with the data camp scholarship or data camp platform, because you will lose your access by that time. So it's a 1 year scholarship, but trust me, there's a whole lot to achieve before that time.
Okay. The third one is this. Can one, because I understand that so most time if I want to do something, it takes me switch to can we run two programs concurrently?
Now, here's the thing, right? It's good and fine if you think you can, but it's best when you focus on one, which is why we actually created that roadmap, because we don't want people to be everywhere. Just like Toby mentioned, we didn't share any roadmap last year, and what we discovered was that everybody was just everywhere because most people were
Mm.
confused, right? So we want to give you some sort of direction. Like, okay, if you are interested in becoming a data analyst, there are different data career paths, numerous of them. But if you're interested in becoming a data analyst, these are the tools, or these are the most popular tools that you will need to learn, that are being asked in every job applications, right? If you want to become a data scientist, these are the things you need to learn. So it's very important that you stay focused on
Okay.
one before
Okay.
moving on another one. And trust me, some skills are transferable, in the sense of in your data analyst, if you learn how to use Python, when you go to your data scientist, what you need to learn will be the machine learning aspect of using Python. So most
Yeah.
of those tools are actually transferable. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate your answers.
You're welcome. All right. Daryl Alo. Okay, his hand is down. Chukwuemeka Ejike, please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Good evening, ma. Good evening, ma. Good evening, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go on.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. And I want to also take this opportunity to thank Datacamp and Data Community Africa. Okay, my question is regarding the certification. Is there like a time, is there like a limit to the number of times we can try out the certification? Say if anybody tries the certification and then doesn't really get up to the required number of points or marks to be able to get that certificate, is it just once, or can a person or can we always retry the certification whenever we go back to the course to take it on refreshers?
So you can always retry this. Toby, do you want to take this question? Okay, I don't know if Toby's still on the
Yeah,
call.
you can go ahead, Tina, please.
Okay, all right, good. So you can take the certification, as you can attempt it as many times as possible. From experience in the last one, a couple of persons didn't pass on their first attempt, right? So you can attempt it as many times as possible until you pass the certification. Yes, the certification is free of charge. It is free of charge. And let me explain something, right? There are two kinds of certificates on Data Camp. One is your statement of accomplishments, which you get every time you complete a course on Data Camp. I'm sure if you have started taking courses on Data Camp, you might have gotten one of those statement of accomplishment. So once you complete, say for example, introduction to SQL, you're going to get something in your mail that says your statement of accomplishments. Well done on completing your course, or here's your statement of accomplishment, right? Now, that is a statement of accomplishment. It comes in the form of a certificate too, but there is a certificate, certification where you have to write exam, like the one Toby explained, where you have to write exam and also do a project that you send to Data Camp for review, and then they will get back to you on if you passed or not. I hope this is clear. The certification is actually free, and you can take it at any point in time. If you decide you are ready tomorrow and you want to take the certification exam, you can. So but it's very important that you know that all those skills they're asking you for, you have accomplished, you have gotten that. Like Toby mentioned, he attempted the certification in just 4 months. He was the first person to get certified last year. So I feel like is testament enough, or is there's enough evidence, right, to know that it's actually possible. All right, Chukwemeka, have I been able to answer your questions?
Yes, very well. Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right. Victoria Okoli, you can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity, like everyone has said. So, at first, I was struggling to join the WhatsApp group. I had to go back to the mail again and join it. So, I actually have been studying aimlessly, and I'm glad this orientation was there. So actually, my goal is actually to be a customer support analyst in the future, which involves me being a data analyst. So before I got the scholarship, I'd already started taking courses in SQL, even though I'm still going to do in data science. So I'm looking at my Learn platform, and I'm seeing that I still have courses that I had taken since last year that I never completed. And I've been struggling to delete it because seeing that I've missed a lot of things since years like far back in 2022 was when I got opportunity to go through data camp. I don't know what to do as regards to it because right now I have signed up for data introduction to data science, and I don't want to go into data science. I've also signed up for some courses that I know I don't want to go into. So leaving it on my platform, does it show that I am not serious, or because I'm lost right now? So
Okay,
should I
that's a very brilliant question, and I think
delete it?
I
I
yeah
have not
I think
because my aim is to start with Excel first. I just joined the group, so I did not even see the roadmap on how to even start with statistics. So my
okay.
aim from the roadmap I had created for myself was to start with Excel first, finish everything that has to do with Excel, then also include Google spreadsheets before moving to SQL, then Power BI, because I already have knowledge in SQL and Power BI, but I just wanted to restart, like using this year to unlearn and relearn and learn again. So I'm really confused on what to do for those courses that I know that I don't need, but I had already enrolled before now.
So
Thank
this
you.
is the thing, right? The way it's actually a very brilliant question, and I'm sure some persons are also on this call, like that probably started before and they're trying to like, unlearn and relearn as well. Here's the thing with data camp. You can, if I show you my own data camp dashboard, there are a lot of courses that I've opened just to watch the videos, and maybe I feel like, okay, this is not for me. I want to move on to something else. I go to start the next thing regardless of the number of videos or the number of courses that you have opened on your data camp dashboard. Nobody is counting that, right? It is your journey, it is you and you, right? So if you decide that what you want to do now is your data analyst, there's a roadmap. I don't know if you've been able to join the WhatsApp group now. I'll see to it that Toby reaches out to you so that you are able to join the WhatsApp group. That's why the WhatsApp group is there. We'll reshare the roadmap again if it is something you want to use, right? You can just start from your Excel or your statistics or whichever one you want to learn just to become a data analyst or a data professional, right? So it doesn't matter in if you have those uncompleted courses. Just go to the course that you know you want to learn. I hope this answers your question, Victoria.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Then also the notification. I'm so sorry. Should I ignore the notifications too? Because I always receive new assignment from you. Is almost due. Is this something to ignore? Does
Okay,
that?
now let me talk about assignments because I don't think we talked about that. Now, here's what assignments are there for. Sometimes, in fact, from time to time, I will be sending these assignments. You would get an assignment every month, and what these assignments do is just basically to act as a reminder and some sort of like to put you on a consistent path. Like, okay, in case you are what we want to propose is because we know everybody is doing different thing, right? Some persons are doing data analysis, some persons are doing data science, and it will be difficult to get a particular course except it's a general course that blends everybody together, right? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving out assignments on SPs, or we create group for each career path and we are sending like dedicated assignment. But another issue with that is that everybody is not going to be learning the same thing at the same time. Some persons might have learned SQL, other persons might have not. So in order for everybody to get something uniform, you would get assessment like SP. When we give you assessment to NSP, it doesn't matter how you decide to do that SP. You can take um um workouts, right? I know each workout on data camp, last time I checked, it was 250 SP. If I give you 1000 SP to gain to gather within a week, if you take the workout challenge 4 times a week, that is the 1000 SP. You have completed that assignment. Or if you do a project where you have to earn 1500 SP, you have completed that assignment. So the assignments are there as some sort of reminders, and I would like to implore everybody to take them. Please take them seriously, right? Because all these things are going into our reports if people are actually taking assignments seriously, and the number of persons that are actually taking assignments. So when you get assignments, please take them seriously. I hope this is clear for everyone.
It is.
Hi, hi,
All right.
Tina.
Yes,
Hi,
please.
Tina.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if we have 30 seconds. I just want to add to what you just said
Okay,
to
please go
help.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Sorry, I don't know what her name is. Can you please tell us your
Victoria,
name
it's
again?
Victoria.
All right, hi Victoria. Welcome on board. I know you mentioned that you already seem to have an idea of what you want to do, customer service analyst, right? You want to become a customer service analyst. If that's what you said. All right. For those of us that actually have an idea of what we want to do at the end of the day, it's a lot easier. It doesn't mean that the other people are not doing the right thing, but for Victoria personally, I would say if you have done a lot more research on customer service analysis, you discover you probably you could look for the tools, the major heavy tools that are used by customer service analysts, right? If you check online, you actually find a lot of Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, Power BI, Looker, or Tableau. You would also find tools like Google Analytics or Mixpanel. So now, having done your research, it now gives you an idea of the tools you should focus on, right? In school, when you were in school, or if you're in school, you did a major and you had a minor. These are the major tools you should focus on. You don't necessarily probably have to focus on SQL because you are not probably an SQL developer. But at some point in time, you might maybe 6 months down the line decide that you want to become a SQL developer, right? I mean, we always tell people just explore, be open to exploring. And there is nothing, like Tina said, thank you so much, Tina. There's nothing wrong in you stopping a particular course and then leaving that and jumping to another one. The roadmap was actually provided as a guide. It's not, you don't have to, it's not a must you follow it letter to letter and that, right? As for you personally, all you need is majorly you need statistics, Excel, Power BI. These are the major tools you should focus on. I don't know if that helps also gives more light. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toby, for buttressing on that. All right, we are going to go take it fast so we can wrap it up very soon. Ali Balogun, Titilayo, please, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. Okay, I don't know if Titilayo can hear me. If she's
Yes, I
not,
can.
okay,
Sorry.
go on.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go on.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Toby. So when Toby was going through the introduction and going through the what's it called? The website itself. So I don't know if mine is like that. I actually downloaded the app and
Okay.
the whole interface are just like different from what I'm seeing here. There are some things that I'm not seeing on the app that I can see here. That's why I'm asking that. Is there something wrong?
Okay, so there's actually nothing wrong, right? The Datacamp app is a little bit like different, but everything you will see on that particular app, you would also see it there. But there are some things you can't do on the app, right? So when you can, if you're somebody that you're using your phone, when you can't access those things on the app, what I do or what I did during my time was I would go to my website, my Chrome web, for example, and then go to datacamp.com, but I will convert my workspace from, like, I'll change it, my settings from mobile to desktop, right? So I'm seeing the desktop version of the Datacamp. This was what I was doing to actually use the desktop version on my phone.
Okay, thank you
Is
so
this
much.
does this help? All right.
Yes, thank you.
Elijah Bassi, please, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. Is Elijah Bassi there? Okay, if Elijah Bassi is not ready, Choma Udo, you can ask.
Okay.
Okay, Bassi is here. All right, Bassi, go on.
Good evening, Tina. Good evening, Toby. Okay, I want to be very fast. Thank you for the opportunity to become a scholar in Data Community Africa. I really appreciate you and Gift and everyone in the team. Thank you. So my question is, number one, is there any intention? Because some of us have been studying real hard since last year, Tina. To be very sincere, is sometimes um, a surprise. Sometimes when you say you learned for 4 months and the fifth month you landed your first data role. So I want to ask: is there any intentions to assist or guide some of us to landing our first data job,
Okay,
our
good.
first role in data?
That's a very beautiful question. And I would like to tell everyone on here that we're going to be organizing check-in sessions every month to kind of like we're going to be teaching you, or what we're going to be sharing with you are things that you might not likely find on the data camp platform, right? Things like maybe how to optimize your CV, LinkedIn, consistency, how to build your portfolio, what it means to build in public, just tips and tricks that will make you scale and excel in this field, right? I'm going to be sharing a lot of personal tips as well, things I did that actually helped my career, right? Toby too is going to be sharing some of his own tips and tricks because trust me, I always tell people that it is very, very possible to achieve anything in this field, right? But you have to be very intentional and ready to put in the work. When I mean put in the work, there's a lot of hard work. It seems like I always just say this, but there's a lot of backstory to me achieving that, right? And one of them is the sleepless nights I had for 3 months just to achieve that particular field. So I'm not going to tell you it's easy. And one thing I would like to mention on this call is that everybody has different paths, right? Somebody just like how Toby mentioned that he got certified in 4 months. Other persons did it in 8 months. Other person in 1 year and all of that. So we're all on different paths, but it's your level of intentionality and your level of consistency that would require you, or that would determine how far and how fast you're going to go in this particular field. I hope I've been able to answer that question.
Yeah, I have another one. I don't know, but
Please,
I want to ask. I know you really suffered when I heard you say you use your phone. In fact, I was laughing this last time you said you turn your own to land, and so that you can this last one you said you had to turn
yeah,
your phone
it's
from
from my phone to
mobile
mobile
to.
to desktop.
Yeah, I was just laughing because it's something I've done before. I was just laughing.
So
So it shows that you really suffered through that. So I don't know if there is any. It's not that I'm asking for more. For some of us that don't have good laptops, yes. So that some people can have access to laptops, like mini laptops, like when Gift was saying.
yeah. So
So
the
that some
thing
people
is,
can help some persons.
so the
Maybe
thing is
data,
this, right?
something like to
There are
help.
a lot of opportunities coming on where
Wow.
it's something that has been on the top of mind for Data Community Africa, right?
Okay.
Or I'm not guaranteeing or saying yes, right? But this is something, one thing we just want to do is, even if you're not going to get that laptop, you're going to get opportunities that would help you to actually, afford that laptop. That is what we want to do. But for now, I'm not going to say, okay, yes or no, but yes, it's actually top of mind for us. I hope that answers your question.
Perfectly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Choma, if you're ready, Choma Uzo.
Okay, good evening, Rita. Good evening, Toby. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm
Yes,
in Osaka
please.
and like here the network is trash. Okay, please, I
Oh,
have like I'm so confused and overwhelmed right now because everything just happened in a in a, like it's happened so fast to me. Like I just went to my Gmail today and I found out that I've been given this scholarship and all. And like the guide and everything I don't have anyone to guide me. I don't That's my major challenge now. Like, and right now I'm still a very big beginner in this field. Like I don't even know which I'm yet to even decide which path I'm to take. But I got some tips from Rita when she said you could actually try and like venture into courses to actually know where you fit in and all. But then my question is there a way that we can like air our views on what we have interest in, and then you guys could suggest what we think we like from our interests is the right course for us to take. Like I don't know now, like I know that the reason why I'm studying mathematics in the university is because I was always seeking to know where to apply all these mathematical tools and everything. So I was always seeking to know more, and I don't know which part
Choma,
or which field
are you
this is
on
linked
WhatsApp?
to.
Are you on the
What?
WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I
Are you
just
on the
joined
WhatsApp
everything
group?
today, like literally
Good,
today, like
no
maybe
problem.
around 5 or so. And then I just saw myself in a group chat. I saw a community and a whole lot of things. And I'm really, really
Yeah.
just confused and
Let's
overwhelmed right
leave
now.
God to the apple, Chioma. There's a particular
Yeah.
course. That's why I assigned that course, right? If you check your
Okay.
notifications, you're going to see that as an assignment. That video will show you, give you a walkthrough about what
I don't
courses.
think it's. Sorry, please. Where is this video at? Is it on the
I'm
WhatsApp
going
group
to,
chat?
don't worry, I will share the link on the WhatsApp group again.
All right.
But
All right. Thank you
I
very
also
much.
want, you're on UNN, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, just message me privately and then we can take it up from there.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very
All right.
much.
Um, we have less than 3 minutes to go. I'm just going to take two more persons. If you have questions, please just leave them in the WhatsApp group, right? The WhatsApp, we're not making use of the WhatsApp group enough. I want us to actually ask our questions in the WhatsApp group. So, Irogene, Ella, please
I'm
message.
sorry. Sorry. Please, I still have one more thing to ask.
Go ahead quickly.
Okay. Like Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, I was wondering, like, also if you're like, if you could also like tell us like some apps that we could need or we would need to download in our systems to help, or even in general, like some apps that we might need for like what do they call this thing, for networking, that might help us in networking with others, and just like
All
brief
right.
us on those necessary apps we might need to have on our system or phone.
I will share that just immediately after this session.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Ella, please go ahead.
Okay, so my question is with regards to the roadmap. The roadmap for machine learning and data science are joined together, and it's kind of confusing for me because I'm more focused on the machine learning part. And also, with the machine learning part, like it gave a list of different skill tracks, and I think some of them are short courses. Am I supposed to take them in the exact order they are given there, or I should
Okay.
choose the one that's best for me?
Okay, so we're going to review that
Yeah,
shortly.
I Tina, let me answer that, please.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm into the machine learning side. The thing is, I'll review the roadmap and work with them to like improve on the roadmap you get. So if you're in the data science, machine learning to deep learning, LLM, ML side, so we'll be restructuring our roadmap. So just keep calm. And please, we are running out of time. We want to end this. If you have any question, please, we won't be taking any questions anymore like that because we'll be planning on ending this. It's over 1 hour already. I've posted on social media already. So I would like you to ask. We want the group chat to be engaged, just like you guys are asking questions. It's okay to ask your question in the group chat. So thanks to everybody asking questions. I don't know if we've attempted to answer your question to an extent. So Tina, just take it up from there.
Thank you very much, Gift. Yes, that's true. We've actually, thank you for that answer. So we're going to restructure the roadmap for the data science and the machine. Myself and Toby, we are both data analysts. So please pardon us if we have make that confusing in any way. But we're going to make it very easy. We're trying to make the journey as seamless as possible, right? We're also going to be, just to add to this, we're going to be hosting check-in sessions regularly, so we're not leaving you on your own, right? We're going to hold your hands along the way. So please open up your mind. There's going to be a lot to achieve. There's going to be a lot of sessions coming on, and also challenges. By tomorrow, Toby will announce the okay, by Monday rather, Toby is going to announce the first challenge we have in mind. So just be prepared. It's going to be like an amazing 1 year together. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining the session. Thank you to Gift for making out time out of your busy schedule to also join us today. Thank you, Toby, for walking us through the data camp. And thank you to all the scholarship recipients. Please make use of the WhatsApp groups to ask your question. We are always rooting for you guys. Don't be scared to ask any questions. And please, if you have not shared this opportunity on your, if you have not talked about this opportunity on your social media, please do that. Make a post, right? I just got the Data Camp scholarship from Data Community Africa, and I'm super excited to learn data skills. So please make that post. use the hashtag on your Twitter, on your LinkedIn. Do that. I'm going to be retweeting some of those posts, right? Use the hashtag Datacamp donates, that's DC donates, and Data First Africa. We want to see that those tweets online. We're going to be retweeting, right? It's also a form of you to network, because by so doing, you see another person that's also on the same journey as you. So thank you everyone once again, and I will see you guys in the WhatsApp group. Bye everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Yeah.
Bye. Thank you all.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Rita. Thank you very much, Toby.
Bye bye. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.